All right, welcome to another edition of the Hutchinson Report podcast, take of the week. A lot to talk about. All right, Leroy Jackson, I'm getting sick to death of hearing you talk about he's going to win again. All right, we already know who the he is, Donald Trump. Jackson has said over and over again he's going to win again. We don't know anything. We'll see. Time will tell. But we do know this, that the Senate now is going to have a trial. Mitch McConnell is moving heaven and earth to minimize damage control. Let's get in. Let's get out. He didn't do anything. No case. Let's move on. Of course, that's been Trump bloviating, tweeting, furiously pounding away, lambasting, mocking impeachment, saying it's not going to happen. Now he's got Alan Dershowitz. He's got Kenneth Starr, big gun, legal guns. He's brought them in for his defense team. You know what, Leroy? He doesn't need them. He's got the best defense team in the world, Mitch McConnell. Well, save your money. You don't need Dershowitz. You don't need Starr. You don't need the high-profile defense, big legal gun guys. You already got the Senate. Rand Paul said yesterday, no GOP senator will vote to convict. But you know what? That's not the question for me. How many GOPs? You know, the media is playing footsie with that. Well, what GOP senator might break ranks? None of them will. I can already tell you that. But what's interesting, Leroy, how many Democrats will vote for impeachment? I'm not sure you'll have 47 Democrats that will not break ranks and vote to convict Donald Trump. I think there are 5 or 6 Democratic senators that will not vote to convict for a lot of reasons. You know, impeachment, the founding fathers had a thing about impeachment. They put it in there, but they really didn't want it. The only thing, because there's too many dangers there when you go after a sitting president, you're opening up a can of worms. What you do is you vote them out. That's why you have a democratic process in the election. Impeachment is like a Hail Mary pass. The founding fathers put it in. It's in the Constitution. It's part of the democratic process, but they really didn't want that with an executive. So you're going to have Democratic senators that will not vote to convict, just like you had, by the way, when they impeached Bill Clinton in 1988. You had 10 and by the way, the GOP controlled the Senate then. You had 10 GOP senators that did not vote to convict Bill Clinton. And we know what happened with Andrew Johnson, old Andy back in the day. Not going to happen. But anyway, hey, it's part of the process. What can we say? All right, I want to talk, A.H. Hoffman, about the second supervisorial race. Let me bring it back locally for a minute. There's a hot race for the second supervisor district. I happen to live in the district. Hoffman, you live in the district, too. Hat Hoffman lives right in the middle of the district with her USA hat on today. Show her USA hat. I mean, all glitter and glamour. All right, we have put on the table for anyone that wants to assume that office, and there are a number of candidates out there. We have a mantra. Who will publicly endorse what God knows we desperately need in county government? In fact, we need it in all government, but I'm talking about L.A. County government. The 3 opens. Leroy, are you ready? Open meetings, open books, and open door policy. In other words, no more behind the door, closed door, I love this, executive sessions, cutting deals with developers, cutting deals with the big corporate people. And you look at L.A. now. It looks like a wreck now because of all these deals. No full disclosure. Not knowing, Leroy, with all the money, you know, you're a rich guy anyway, all the money that we spend, taxpayers, we don't know where the money goes. We don't know how it's allocated because they make decisions behind closed doors. Those days have to come to an end. We want accountability. We want transparency. L.A. County, by the way, A.H. Hoffman, is bigger than 42 states. The budget last year, Leroy Jackson, $36 billion for a county. That is bigger than the gross domestic product of half the countries on the earth.
Really? In Los Angeles?
And you've only got 5 supervisors controlling all of that, meeting once a month. Nobody knows what, the public meetings are just a dog and pony show. Ceremonial stuff, giving commendations, all of that. The real business is behind closed doors. That's got to end. We're taxpayers. So we have a right to know what you're doing with every penny of taxpayer dollars.
Yes.
What supervisorial candidate will commit to open door, open meetings, and open books, especially open books. Leroy, follow the money. If you follow the money, you can't go wrong. And also, when we have crises all over the place, A.H. Hoffman, the streets look like Calcutta. They do.
They do.
You know, you got encampments all over the place. I mean, come on. You know, who's a supposed fool? They kill me with this. Oh, we're going to have this bond measure. We're going to have this ballot measure. We're going to put all these billions of dollars into homelessness. And you know what? No, it's not going to work. I'll tell you why. Because you can put all the money you want into all these little Band-Aid patchwork things for homelessness. But if you're giving the company store away to developers, if you can't go down the street, A.H. Hoffman, what do you see? These massive but what are they doing? Bulldozing apartments, bulldozing homes. You're creating the problem.
Well,
so, you know, who is this supposed to kid? All right, we come back to that district race. I'm going to be looking very closely at that.
I know you are.
What candidate, and by the way, I'm getting some feelers. The candidate that will publicly declare for open meetings, open books, and open door policy, you got my support. You've been listening to the Hutchinson Report podcast of the week.